voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments, all his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right, so a curse is a good thing or a bad thing, right? Why is that bad? For harm and all them different, right? So the Most High say, because Israel don't want to listen, right? We're going to put curse. We're going to put curse upon the children of Israel because they're breaking the commandments of God, right? Something like this. Like if you have like a brother or a sister, right? You let them know you're going on. I will give all you this point to us if it is to do X, Y, and Z, so mommy and this for, right? And the two opposite to what you do, so you're going to give them a slip. But how come like you're rewarding wickedness and foolishness at the time, right? So when you give them, the way you go do now, you will take it away from them. And two take it away. So you have a desire to buy something in the shop, or they might tell their friend, well, again 20 years later, I will give you the money for 6 months. Now they don't have it now. Now the future period of separation until they do the correct thing, and then now they'll get rewarded, right? So that is what the Most High say. If it is we do good, he will reward me, right? From Deuteronomy 20 from 1 to 14, right? If you do bad, he will not pursue them, right? Give me a 16.
Right. So Deuteronomy 20 and verse 16, it says, cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
How we living in this city? You want anything business or anything in the city? People living above or under everybody else. Like who own it? We have to go and rent and get tools and all these things, right? Right? That's because the Most High Father kills somebody because he didn't do it. He keep the commandments of God, right? Right. So jump down to 64.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 64. So it says, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth.
This is how we reach here, right?
Right? From the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there shall thou serve other gods.
The Most High said, because we sin, you are scattering for the four corners of the earth, right? Continue.
Right? Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
When you scatter, we throw the face of the earth, we go down for the serve other gods, right? Which is good, and then you go to the church and then you'll see how the cross and our religion, right? If religion is what religion is, right? You accept that, right? When Christ was walking the face of the earth, what religion he was? Huh? And what? He did not have no religion, right? He went to the Israelites and teach them how to make it into the kingdom. When I read in John 3, verse 1 to 3, you will show you that he went to Nicodemus, whatever was having a conversation about how to make it into the kingdom, right? When I read John 3:16, it will show you how he loved the world. He gave his only begotten son, the Most High loved the world, right? So that whosoever believes it. When you go to the Acts 21 and 20, you know who whosoever is, which are not Israel. Right? Revelation, yeah, right? Right? So, yeah. Now, we will go to our let's explain to you. But it shows you that we is the people, John 3:16 talking about, right? When you go to Isaiah 45 verse 17, it's showing you that Israel, you get Isaiah 45 verse 17, right? Show you that we is the world that we're talking about in John 3:16. World means nation of people. Whatever, like a man with a later this sport world, then you see the bike world, and see car world, but different brand of car wherever it is. Like having a sport nation, right? Like man, park up here, man park up somewhere else. Same vehicle, but different type of thing, right? So that is what the Most High showing. We not just like the other nations that we are above them special. We might be going through trials and tribulation, hard time and thing right now, but that is waiting from who the Most High make it, right? So that's when it's all taken.
This is Isaiah 45 and verse 17. But Israel,
not everybody. It doesn't say but Chinese, Africans, Indian, white man, right?
shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. But ye shall not be ashamed, nor confounded word without end.
Right, so the Most High is showing that Israel going to be an everlasting word. That is the kingdom going to be established. So the Israelites will rule over all nations, right? But But to have a kingdom, you must have slaves when you work. You ain't gonna come up with your train and say, well, alright, I a king, so you know what? I go down and let them do that, they know me back on you. Now, you have that, or how you slaves and them do? Exactly, because you is the king, right? So that is the most I show you that. He put Israel above every nation, but because of his sins, he like to follow the other nations and that. You should notice, if you have a bird, one eating seed and one eating fruits, right? Like fig and whatever, right? If you can't do the bird eating fig, seed to eat it, you don't want to eat it, you're going on dead, right? He like to mingle in everything, that was made for the other nations and that's why the Most High put this curse and punishment on you. Right? That's why you can't afford to have a proper little home, have a family or whatever it is, right? So this last verse in Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68. Right? So it's showing 64 that the Most High scattered so we sin, right? So when you read this last verse here, if you're paying attention, you're going to tell me who this fit out of all the different nations of people, right?
So Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68. So it says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So the Most High say, you're going to bring me into Egypt. Egypt means bondage, right?
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
Right, so you say, let's say, read again from the top.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Right. So he was in Egypt, right? Under Pharaoh. What the Israelites was doing, they were slaves under Pharaoh, right? Right, so it's showing here in Exodus 20 and verse 2, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. So when you see Egypt in the Bible, it represents bondage, right? So the Most High tell you that because we sin against him, he's going to put me in bondage again in Egypt. But this time it will be a spiritual Egypt, not physical Egypt. Right? So that is why we are scattered across the four corners of the earth, right? So if it is we, I gave the flag, what's your the flag? Right? All this flag, this is the scan this is, and you go on the website, sitting in the also subscribe the webpage, right? You pull up an extra and bite it up like you know, right? Right, so who is according to what you read so far? What type of people you see? Same black people, brown people, or what you see here? Israelites. Right, so we use the tribe of Benjamin, they call you the West Indian black. Right? So that is the tribe that we come out from. Right? That's why the tribe that Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Manasseh, and Wanda, right? So we come from the tribe of Benjamin. We are scattered in the Caribbean, right? Right, so enjoy the rest of the thing. And use the flag, don't just use it to clear it. Right? Go back to
Right? But I was bringing up, right? To the same precept in Proverbs 3 and verse 27, right? Yes, you see, if you as the brother was bringing out, right? In Proverbs 3, right? Proverbs 3 and 27.
So this is the book of Proverbs 3 and verse 27. Withhold not good from them whom it is due, when it is in the power of thine hand to do it.
Right, so as I see, the brother did it with early hand to do good unto the next brother our pass. Right, because at the end of the day, as I said, having all this wisdom that these the Israelites and thing and this and that, right, it wouldn't profit if one man know it. Right, so from the brother hearing that could spark a seed in his mind, and that could have that seed to grow so that he could understand the heritage, he could understand the ways, right? Because there are a lot of things that the brother said that the brother understand through the spirit, right? So once again, we tell we have to help people, right? We have to help people with our open heart, right? We have a whole, right? We can hold the book of Proverbs 19 and 17, right? What I bring on Matthew 5 and 40, right? So this is Matthew 5 and 42. So it says, give to him that asketh thee, and from him that would borrow. Of thee turn not thou away. Right? So this going into really charity, right? So a good charitable act, right, in the scriptures is also giving the truth. Right? We know we people do like to give so much for stuff, right? Yeah, right? So much for stuff. You know, a lot of people, especially we people, do like to give especially for wisdom, you know. Now a lot of elder folks who have the so-called key to life and, you know, well, I know how to do this, I know how to do that, right? I know how to start a good business and thing, right? But I wouldn't tell anybody because they feel like, alright, well, just because I didn't tell you, you can't help my life to profit. No. Somebody else along the way would discover it, and then when somebody discovers it, I just say, well, that's something new. I the first person come out with that idea. But it's not that. All that just happened is just that you would tell from that, right? And the person discover that. But the main point what I'm trying to say is, right, we as our people as Israel, we have to stop hide things from other people, right? We have to stop be grimy, we have to stop doing all these things that, you know, contributed to our downfall, right? So I'll be on the book of Proverbs 19 and verse 17, right? Right?
This is the book of Proverbs 19 and 17. He that had not pity upon the poor lendeth unto the Lord, and that which he had given will be paid again.
Right.
Paid him again. So,
Right? So you see here, it profited much to give because once you give, you'll come back unto you, right? So it says, he that had pity upon the poor lendeth unto the Lord, and that which he had given will he pay him again, right? So this going into once again, right? So I read it slow again because it's always good to go through scriptures because we have points and we have things. So it says, he that hath pity unto the poor lendeth unto the Lord. So from you giving and from you having charity and helping one another, it come like if you're lending unto the Lord, right? Because we know these scriptures in Matthew 25 when it says about I was naked and he clothed me not and things, right?
I was in prison
So
and
it
you
says,
give me
right?
you give me nothing.
Right?
Yeah.
So it says so all these scriptures are saying things like and I was naked and he clothed me not, right? We know that the Lord literally wasn't down here, right? And he had no clothes and nobody didn't clothe him, right? From you giving unto your own people come like you're clothing the Lord, right? So that's to show you we join unto the Most High. Just like how you know, if you do something unto somebody family member, somebody will say, well, if you hurt you, you hurt me. Doesn't mean you actually get hurt. But at the same time, you off them, right? So we off the Lord. It comes like when we help our people, helping the Lord, right? So it says, and that which he had given will he pay him again, right? So you see here, you always get whether it be a reward or a blessing from God, and you shouldn't be doing these things just because you want to be blessed. You shouldn't be doing these things just because you wanna you just wanna be seen by men. Okay? You take a whole Sirach 12 and verse 4. Right? Well, I bring out John 15 and 12, right? Yes, man,
So this is the book of John 15 and verse 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you.
as I love you.
As I have loved you.
Right? So just like how the Messiah has loved us, right? We have to love one another, right? Once again, we shouldn't have to withhold and we shouldn't have to hold back. We have to do certain things, right? No man can move by himself, right? But then again, to move with another, according to Amos 3 and 3, right? Can two walk together? Just paraphrasing. Can two walk together unless they agree, right? Same thing with marriage, right? The husband can't be nowhere, so the wife not contributing nothing, right? The wife can't reach nowhere if the husband is not contributing to anything, right? So we have to love one another. We have to care for one another, right? Because if you realize all these other nations, right, they came for themselves, right? These businessmen and all these businesswomen, they helping each other to get rich. They helping each other to make it in life, right? But we know, we think, well, alright, if we just back and we ain't nothing, we ain't helping the people. But we go leaders in our own land, they don't even help their people, right? Everybody that goes up to be a leader, they help their people, right? So we had to help people in the street, right? If our brother need arms, if our brother need something, see our brother going through some type of stress, right? Help that brother, because at the end of the day, in the long run, right? It will always help you. You always have that one special thing that somebody does that would always be remembrance for the Lord, right? Just like the scripture is saying, the Lord will never forget the acts that we did. Because the Lord forget the acts that we did, right? We will not even be in the street. We will not even be here to show people that, you know what, if you're from the tribe of Judah, you show. If you're from Puerto Rico, you're from and all these things, right? So once again, all praise to the Most High for all of these wisdom and knowledge and understanding, right? Speak of Holy Book of Sirach.
This is the book of Sirach, better known as Ecclesiasticus 12 and verse 4. Give to the godly man and help not a sinner.
Right? It says, give to the godly man and help not a sinner. Right? So we hear the scripture saying that, right? So what is scripture really going into, right? So when I think about it, right, a lot of people like to say, oh, the sinner this, oh, the sinner that, and this and that, and you know. But it have a difference between a sinner and a godly man. What makes you a sinner? What is sin? Transgression of the law. And when you keep on transgressing the law, right, you are called a sinner, right? Versus when you're trying to change and get around your life, right, you are a godly person, right? So for example, an example of a sinner, right? You know them people who does be so-called homeless, right? And saying that, oh, you know, they are nowhere to go and this and that. And they're taking whatever money you give them in alms, and they're buying a sort of drugs, cigarettes, and all sorts of weed and this and that, right? If you give out $5 to that person versus $5 to the godly man, what would the so-called sinner do? Right? What would they do? They would just take it and they would just what? Go and buy whatever, a half pack of cigarette and go and buy whatever. Right? So this is why the scripture says don't do good unto a sinner. Because we know, right? Sirach, the 6th chapter, just paraphrasing, right? It says, prove a friend. So once again, it have people who would always go behind your back. And you have people who would always take things and they wouldn't profit wisdom and proper good words towards the act, right? So if I get the Holy Book of John 15 and verse 13 to 14, right? 15? Yeah, John 15, 13 to 14.
Right, so this is the book of John 15, verse 14. Greater love has no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friend. Ye are my friends if ye do whatsoever I command you.
Right, so it says, no greater love, right, than a man who put down his life for a friend. Right, and who's this friend? Who's this friend who does be down the road and who does start to get back and all the things? Could be after, right? Right? So the brother just explaining the truth to somebody, right? So as the brother was bringing out, right? It's profitable when you do good unto somebody else, right? And you lay down your life to somebody else, right? Once again, you might have other people and you might have things that somebody might be going through. And because you lay down your life for them, just like when the Lord laid down his life unto us, right? It becomes like a good charitable act, right? So then we get the book of Luke 14 and verse 23, right? The last precept so we wind down. So it says, then said one unto him, Lord, I dare you to that be saved, and he slack here. Right? Sorry, I was reading 13, right? 14 and verse 22. Right? So it says, and the Lord said unto the servant, go into the highways and the hedges and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. Right? So the scripture is saying compel them that the Lord's house may be filled. Right? So once again, we out here to preach people their words. Right? We out here to preach people and to let people know the truth and to compel them to come to the truth. Right? Because at the end of the day, this profit good to do unto people, right? Profit good to lay down your life unto people, right? So once again, all these things that we're doing out here is to show God has done, right? You're out there showing people who there is according to the scriptures, no matter the circumstances and all these other things, right? You're showing them who they are according to the scriptures, because our brother is love, right? Don't stab somebody in the backhand. Don't draw your hand from doing good, right? So with that, that was just a precept, right, on the topic, which is to help one another in brotherly love, right? We have to make sure and show people who there is, and we can't withdraw ourselves from showing people who they are, right? So once again, from you helping somebody, right, that come like you helping your Lord, right? From you praying for somebody, two is better than one. You can't make it on your own. Once again, a husband and a wife can't make it on their own, right? You all need each other to come back together to the inside. I'm sure you had somebody who tell you about the truth. I'm sure you had somebody who tell you about the opportunity you're looking for, right? So that will show you that we need people. But because of the cases we going through, right? Things will be tedious and difficult, right? So that we like to see Shalom, and hopefully everybody understand the scriptures, and hopefully everybody understand what the topic was bringing out, and hopefully this precepts could meet somebody and change somebody's life, right? So that, like you say, Shalom, and enjoy your Saturday, Sabbath holy, eat it in righteousness, right?